Talking with Words.
Welcome back to Talking with Words. Here with Rob.
James.
And Ryan.
And tonight we watched Hell of a Summer, which came out in 2023. And it is Finn Wolfhard's, who you would know from Stranger Things as Mike. I got the name right, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Mike. It's been a minute. It was directed and written by Finn Wolfhard and Billy Burke. So this was his debut as a writer-director. You might recognize the summary of the film. The counselors of a summer camp are terrorized by a mass killer.
What?
Yep. It has Adam Pally, Rosebud Baker. Let's see. Who were the people we knew? Billy Burke was Bobby. That's one of the other writer-director. Finn Wolfhard. Other people. Pedro Salmon, Nickel. I don't know some of these guys. We have
They all had minor roles and other things, but nothing crazy.
I know some of them from like TV.
Yeah. The nut allergy kid was on one of the Star Treks.
Isn't everybody on Star Trek though?
Yep.
Is that what you were gonna?
I thought he looked familiar. I did see that on the filmography.
One of the new ones.
But yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I have seen it, but I can't remember him on the show now.
Well, it's always an excuse to go back.
Just like Stranger Things, Strange New Worlds says like a season like out every 3 years or something.
Yeah.
You forget.
Yeah, that'll happen. We got a parents guide for this thing.
We do. Rated R for horror violence, language throughout, and some sexual references. Sex and nudity mild, violence and gore severe, profanity severe, alcohol, drugs, and smoking moderate, frightening and intense scenes moderate.
What do you guys think?
It's very moderate.
Yeah,
Moderate-ish.
ish. Allegedly.
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be, except they revealed the killers like way earlier than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, it was like halfway through, maybe.
This is what it felt like.
They were having fun with it, but they couldn't go full scream like with it. Probably because it's funnier for the plan to fail.
Yeah, they're goofy. I mean, none of it's taken seriously in this at all. It's exactly what you think it is. Camp counselors before camp setup, and the movie opens with was it the owners or just the people that ran it?
Owners, managers, something like
I
that.
think so.
It was them like first day before the counselors got in there and showing them dying.
John and Katie.
The guitar neck through the throat was pretty
That was
spectacular.
nice. Felt a little bit like making a cello out of somebody.
Yeah.
Well, in defense of all camp goers, probably the guy that plays the guitar all the time is the one you'd want to kill first.
And he wasn't great. I get it.
Just like the guy in Role Models.
Oh yeah. But that sets up all the counselors to get there with no leadership. And then we just start having the murders.
Just Senior Jason.
Yeah.
This is a test for the next camp leader. It's not a real title.
And I think they were going for framing him by just giving him the name Jason.
Oh, I mean, it was definitely on purpose.
It was destined.
Yeah.
He's like the bizarro Jason. I mean,
Well, everything he did made him look guilty as shit.
Yeah. He was
Even just him standing around smiling because he would just deadpan.
and we met his mother.
so awkward.
Yeah. Yes.
We met his mother in most scary movies. When you meet the mother,
One of the most famous mothers in a horror movie would be Lady Voorhees.
He reminded me a little bit of who was the guy that was in Onyx the Fortuitous?
Oh, yeah.
Reminded me of him a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good pull. I didn't realize that he was the guy that plays Jason was in, what was I just looking at? Oh, Craven, the Hunter. Did you watch that one?
I did. Which one was?
I don't know. He's clean shaven in this picture. Might be easier to tell, but I was glancing at I didn't recognize a lot of them, but that one I figured you would have seen. Looks a little different, clean shaven.
Yeah.
And I'm to ads now.
That's an
All right,
ad.
well, we don't get money for that one. Let's see. We had the guitar, then we had the machete through the back of the head, which was
Yeah. In the car.
I did like that they had that we're gonna look out the windshield, then we're gonna turn the
You're-
lights on.
You're waiting to see it.
Yeah, you're waiting to see him walking out, and then you pan back to her, and she's just staring, and then you do the side cut, and her head falls off of the tip of the machete. Good opening.
You got the Tom Savini fingers.
Yes.
It was
Just
spectacular.
Creep up over the. We got to
And
use.
You could see a little bit of a shadow outline behind the headrest.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't want you to think too hard about it, like the rest of this movie,
Yeah.
because they went really hard to frame Jason to the audience, as well as to the other counselors, that he was the bad guy.
Well,
You knew,
Even though they didn't want him framed.
yeah.
Well, I
That's
love
just how it
that,
worked out. He's
yeah.
the obvious choice.
He finds the first body, as far as we know, and he comes running back to tell the others, and they just like look at him like, "We're not falling for this."
Well, he also did the magic trick thing earlier. It was like the boy who cried wolf.
And the one kid, what was that kid's name? I don't know. The one that
That
got bear sprayed.
The
And was wearing
the
this-
theater kid.
Yeah, the theater kid. He had talked about doing like a murder mystery party or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so he immediately calls him out. He's like, "No, this was my idea. I wanted to. You're not stealing my thunder."
So we have
So
to go
that-
see it.
Yeah, that quasi discredits him
Yeah.
immediately because they think he's just because all he's done is we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna do these activities. I've got so much fun stuff planned.
And how he found the body was going to the cabins to say, "Hey, breakfast at 8:30 sharp."
And then we have activities.
Trying
so
so
many
hard.
more activities here.
So much room.
Well, yeah, it's just that the owners just were late. They left a note saying they're going to be back in a day. No one made him camp the leader. He
Yeah.
just started doing it.
He assumed that role.
He had a little bit of Dwight Schrute in him, I think.
It was a test.
Yeah, that's what he was telling everybody. It was a test.
What if they're testing me so I can be the next leader?
That's very Dwight.
Really? Is that what you want?
And
Yeah.
did we ever get any closure on him saying everybody saying I didn't think you were coming back?
Well, they talked about it. You may have gone to the bathroom.
One of the 3 times I went to the bathroom during this hour movie.
You and your damn baby bladder.
It's like a 6-year-old girl's. Yeah, they're small.
Sure.
I might have to cut some of that.
But yeah. Yeah. No, it came up one of the times and it was like, well, I don't think anybody would have thought about it had you not made such a big deal about it being your last summer and not going to come back and all this other stuff.
So I heard that, but that was all that I really. They didn't say why he freaked out or what he was freaking out about. Just that he did it to
Just-
establish him as the
Yeah, it gave a speech and
yeah.
probably
Fuck all you guys.
probably because his mom treated him like
I'm moving out of my
for
mom's
being a
basement.
counselor.
Never got out of the basement. He needs that $100 a day.
Yeah, even his mom treated him terribly at the beginning.
We get his personality right off the
Yeah.
bat. Emotional abuse at home.
He peaked
Good.
at camp, and now he can't let it go.
Hey, he was the runner-up 4 years in a row, James.
4 years in a row.
No one's even gotten close to that record.
Nobody showed.
What was
up
his
4
mom's
years.
line in the beginning? Like, who gets to spend their summers, this many years at summer camp? She's like, apparently you get to. And she drives away.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of approval from mom there.
yeah.
Probably
His
why
mom wasn't
dad
very
was in the car.
supportive.
Well, I liked they had to show her training on archery,
Mm-hmm.
which is a pretty traditional camp activity.
Yep.
Uh,
Old
and,
college javelin.
and
We saw family.
yes,
We saw Adam's family.
but he had to
Yeah.
he had to show his prospective girlfriend, the girl that was into him, against all odds. There was a girl into him.
It's really
had
lack
to
of
help
options
her.
at that point.
The outcasts.
So she was trying to get him to walk up and like put his arms around her like the other guy was doing, and he wasn't catching the hint.
Him leaning back and like crunching down and being like, no, okay, yeah. Like there were some good bits in here.
Mhm.
I mean, the movie itself is a basic campy 80s slasher, but there's some good bits.
I think they got exactly the effect that they were.
Oh,
going
they
for.
nailed what they were shooting to do with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and then there was another one. No, there was at the makeout point, the kissing tree, whatever the hell they
Oh,
called
yeah.
that, and sits down and just immediately gets back up.
Well, he'd been to camp how many years?
Oh,
6
you've-
years.
you've
and
never
he'd
been
never
here?
been up there.
It's like I recognize this. Oh yeah, you seem like you're here a lot. Not a lot, but enough, a decent amount.
Yeah, he felt like Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute from The Office combined. The way he fumbled over everything and was also gung ho about all the camp stuff. I don't know why that was the vibe I was picking up off of that one, but
He peaked at summer camp.
yeah. They also we had the early tofu, nut allergy, wood chopping, bow and arrow. Was there another one? Oh, the pocket knife in the main cabin, the club champion, whatever that pocket knife was for. Whittling?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that part.
It's a Swiss Army knife. It's a staple of junior high campers.
There you go. So all of those came back around.
You know what I'm disappointed didn't come back around? The electric fly swatter.
I was kind of waiting for that too. They used
Oh.
a normal fly swatter at the
Yeah.
end. No.
And bear mace.
And the bear mace, yeah. They did get to use that. And they started off with a fire, but Oh, that's right. She didn't really die. I was trying to remember how the other people died, but those two didn't really die.
Yeah, they were fake.
They don't count.
Yeah.
Which I knew his was
Well-
fake because they didn't even try and show his. Like he's got to be the guy.
Yeah.
Well, if she wanted to
They
get
set hers
caught,
up.
how is they never did explain how would her plan have implicated her as the person who did it?
They'd
Because
have-
it just been her was the only body not found at the end of the week.
No, she was going to give herself up. Like I did it.
Yeah.
She wanted a Charlie Manson moment.
Yeah.
She just wanted to be famous for killing people.
She's
You ever
gonna-
seen Natural Born Killers?
Yes,
That's it.
it's been a long time, but yeah. But she did say she'd been planning it for like 4 years.
Planning on killing you assholes for years. Yeah.
She's gonna be waiting with a pile of dead bodies when the campers and their parents show up.
Yeah, just like Wonder Woman. Witness me. So yeah, it was what was her name?
Demi,
Demi and
Mike,
Mike. Which
the one that roundhouse kicked a cop so he didn't get
They-
arrested.
they made them, and I didn't really think about it until they exposed them for being the killers, but they made them the two most annoying people in the movie right off the bat.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
does check out. Because he had every story in the world to tell.
No, he didn't. He had one story to tell 13 times.
That's true. And then she was just a Paris Hilton of
Oh,
of
yeah.
the bunch.
Influencer.
Which that's if you want to influence, just why don't you live stream?
Yeah.
She really missed a
I mean, this isn't Thanksgiving here, Rob.
what is she like an old geezer? She doesn't know how to live stream.
She had her Ring camera next to her makeup tutorial.
And she also insisted on making a video of them in case something happened.
Yeah.
Didn't we watch another movie where they were live streaming? Yeah, we did.
Fear.com. We didn't watch that here.
Yeah, we have. Well, Hell House, they did the Zoom call. Is that what you're thinking of?
No. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanksgiving did it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. That was the
You
one I was
know,
trying to
You're
remember.
welcome.
I hadn't thought about that feast scene, but now that you did, I just felt like all the saliva in my mouth just jump up and go, ugh. Hadn't thought about that one for a minute. So I appreciate you.
Who wants turkey and dressing?
Yep, that's the one. Um, also, one of the better lines in this. Am I hitting that? is when Finn's character Chris and was it Puka Shell
Puka Shell, Bobby,
Bobby, they're
the one with the
talking.
crop top.
Yeah, he's like straight out of an '80s.
Oh yeah,
I guess they all were technically out of '80s movies, but he was out of an '80s Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
You have them talking about the girl, was it Shannon? Uh, and
the
he's
one
like,
Chris was into.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, did she blow you? She's like, no, I blew her.
Yeah.
What? And then it ended up being like the entire time they watched Spider-Man 2, which was 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Yep.
Well, she clarified. Or she was talking to her girlfriends, like, wait, isn't that movie like 2 hours long? 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Not that anyone was counting, apparently.
Yeah, so at the end when he's like, do you like me? You're like, yeah, she likes you. 2 hours and 7 minutes worth. You're a generous lover.
Definitely some credit in the bank.
Yeah, there were some good lines. And I really liked the the peanut butter allergy kid when he
Dip-
gets grabbed.
Dip the knife in peanut butter.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
never there were no nut allergies featured in 80s vacation
Yeah.
camp movies that I remember. So it's just great that they brought that into this version.
Poison the blade.
People didn't have allergies in the 80s.
Yeah. They were just nerds.
Yeah. Well, he made such a big deal about it.
But
I'd have been disappointed if it wouldn't have come back.
Yeah.
But they just and the way they shot it, it's a darkened room. They cut over from the frightened guys tied to the chair, gagged, and they cut over to the peanut butter. It's like some generic brand. It wasn't anything.
Like Krusty's peanut butter or something.
Yeah, and then the killer in his outfit goes over and slowly undoes the top, and then puts the knife down in it, just a little coating, just a little peanut
Yeah.
butter on the tip.
Yeah. Poison the blade.
Yeah. Then they didn't show us the actual murder, but
It's really just icing on the cake at that point. I mean, that's
Peanut
not
butter.
going to kill you, but fuck you. Shut up. That's really all that was.
Of course, he did compare a trail mix bar with no nuts to an unloaded
To
gun.
an unloaded gun. Yeah. And that's also so. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit,
We've already jumped all over the
Yeah.
place there.
but only for this purpose. The murderers were what were the names of the two annoying murderer people?
Mike and Demi.
Mike and Demi. We found out when they kind of were exposed that Demi's a psychopath. Mike just wants to get laid.
oh, yeah.
He makes a
And-
better story than Roundhouse and a Cop.
Yeah. But later on, we find out that Demi's fucking nuts, like
She's
psychopathic.
crazy, crazy.
So, which kills, of looking back, do you think were Demi, and which ones do you think were Mike?
I'm gonna guess all of them were Demi.
Okay, that's my guess as well. But definitely the peanut butter one.
Yeah, the peanut butter one.
The one where they did the axe, I thought was probably the other one.
Mike.
Because wasn't she torturing
Yes.
Jason at that time? So
Yeah.
I think that was Mike.
Yeah, he probably did some. I feel like Mike may have done the guitar neck.
Oh, I figured that was her.
Well, their masks were different, so if we went back, we could actually figure out who
True.
it was from looking at the mask.
The mustache.
Yeah.
I don't
If
remember what
you-
it was different, but they definitely were different.
They had different smiles.
Was it? I know one had the mustache and goatee. Did they both
Yeah.
have them?
I feel like one didn't have the goatee.
I think it was a female and male
Yeah.
mask. Because if you're going to be serial killer couple and go famous,
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at some of those from a strength perspective of
yeah.
I mean, she weighed a $105 soaking wet. So
Yeah, I think the axe was him. We could probably go back and figure it out pretty quick now that we know.
yeah.
Yeah, she was. I like the sadistic part of her when she's like talking to Jason, who's, you don't have to do this,
Mike made me do it.
and then she just cuts all that off and all the emotions gone. She goes, no, it's me.
Yeah.
She does the woman thing. A man's not going to tell me what to do.
She likes the drama.
She's a woke psychopathic killer. Cheers. Uh, I don't want to leave out Murder Boner.
Nor could you.
Are you hard?
Are you
right
hard
now?
right now?
Don't look at it.
Stop looking at it.
It's like they're literally in a fight to the death scenario. They both know it,
Yeah.
and they still take time to make these stupid juvenile references. I thought he was going to do well when he saw the when he was going to get the log out of the
Oh yeah,
fireplace.
yeah.
I thought that's a great idea. That's a great weapon. It was my biggest pet peeve is they never go for weapons. He's got an eye on a good weapon, and he pulls it out. Burns his hand
Novocaine.
instantly, just sets the cabin on fire.
Well, if we know anything, is that he likes to quit.
Yeah,
He's a bit of a quitter.
if you're too
Yep.
negative, he'll just quit.
Does he know Alan? And then I do want to talk about as well the bow and arrow sequence because that one played out well. The payoff for that was good because, as we talked about, he's telling her what to do because he's not getting the message to go up and
Show.
manhandle her.
Yeah.
And you even were like, what? He said, push, don't pull, which is you're pushing on the bow and holding the whichever bow you're using string. And as he's got a knife to his throat at the end, he's giving a little monologue like, you should move on, you should push forward and
Push forward.
just keep
Time
pushing,
to let go.
push
You have
forward.
to let go.
And now it's time to let go. It's like, that's pretty good. Okay, we're doing a little felt like a Bruce Willis moment from all the 80s movies where he would
Yeah.
have one of those lines.
I was pleasantly surprised with the writing in this.
Yeah.
Like some of the lines they had and the timing of it, spectacular.
And they were all douchey. I like
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
I think everything was done so well that they deserved the cheesiness that they wrote into it.
Yeah, you can accept cheese if it's mixed
Yeah.
in there well.
They did everything else right so they could have that.
Just asked Uncle Steven. What else do I have? I've got notes I can't read because I write in the dark. Oh, the at the end when he's upset that he didn't get killed first because they weren't attracted to him.
Oh yeah.
It felt like Mac from It's Always Sunny, the molested thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
hey, coach, why didn't you molest me? Was I not pretty enough for you?
I could be your third. Wait, no, not like that.
And then after he does get stabbed, he's
I
like,
mean, I won't touch
okay.
anything. I'll just rub one out in the corner.
While they're beating each other to death.
Yeah.
Like, tell everybody that I went out in a blaze of glory and then like you got stabbed with a tiny pocket knife. It's 2 inches. You're fine,
What was that character's name again? Puka Shell?
Bobby.
Bobby. I am Bobby. I've come to bargain.
Yep.
We skipped the a couple things
Oh yeah.
after they did the video.
There's a child. Come here. What do you need?
Bye. Thought I heard the door open.
She doesn't sleep. See you in a minute. Do we pick that up in audio?
I hope so.
Maybe.
Bear the destroyer of worlds. All right. What else were we talking about? What was missed?
So after they did the videos and that one dude is like the bear spray guy,
Oh yeah.
he's doing his monologue and she's, hey, the killer's behind you.
Yeah.
Killer's, wait, regular left or stage left?
You left. My left or stage left?
Yeah.
I think the killer's behind you was specific enough. Get off the stage.
Run.
He had, what was the other line that you really liked? Oh, the line's been cut.
Oh,
Which one
wait,
is it?
the character. I always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
But
There
it's,
was good, there were good lines in there.
when the killer comes out, and of course he's still playing off the, oh, I can't see because I took a half a can of bear mace to the
Yeah.
face, wearing sunglasses at 2:00 in the morning inside.
Corey Hartnett
Yeah. But he walks out and immediately snaps his ankle in half.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that one. And then,
Oh, he broke a leg.
yeah.
Damn it.
Here we are.
Okay.
Welcome back, James.
I just got it. Damn.
Put a little light bulb.
It was just too in my face.
There was a lot of that. I mean,
Yeah.
this
So
movie
good you
did a
didn't
bunch
even
of that.
notice it.
Yeah. The car sequence when he's watching his friend's car.
Yeah.
Like,
Why are you watching your friend's
Yeah.
car?
With the top down.
yeah, so much weird, goofy shit. But
He
it
sits and tries to do the lean back on the car while it's covered in
while
soap.
it's wet. Yeah.
It's like, oh, wipe my hands on my shirt.
A lot of uncomfortable feelings throughout the film just mixed in there with everything else. You're like, ugh, don't do that.
They got the most uncomfortable group of people they could have gotten for this.
It worked. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was having a hard time picture them with kids in an actual camp.
If there was any follow through.
No functional camp whatsoever. It's just like
Yeah.
a lot of drama and nothing getting
The
done.
sexual harassment allegations would have been staggering after that week.
But the murder mystery might have been good. Never got a chance.
As long as the kids don't find the head in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wait.
wanted a false
yeah.
jump scare on something.
Not one.
Not a single one. Like I wanted them to open it up and it'd be like a tumped over bottle of chocolate sauce dripping out of the.
Yeah.
We didn't
That would've been
mention
solid.
the vegan girl's exit.
I was about to say tofu bear.
She was holding, she made this big deal about it. She wanted a tofu burger at the cookout that day. And then later that night, she's alone in the kitchen with a double beef patty in her hands going, hate you, hate you.
Yeah. It was just like, what's his name from Globo Gym?
Yeah.
You want to touch the pizza, don't you?
And when he's got it in his pants.
Yeah.
Never interrupt me, Michelle.
What was his name in that film?
Wyatt
Dwight Goodman. White Goodman.
Goodman. White. Yeah.
WHIT. E.
E. Yeah, this movie, I mean, I'd watch it again.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Definitely when you can keep on the background on in like October. Fits the horror campy horror movie.
I feel like Cameron might have even appreciated this one.
Yeah, he really missed out. Fucking loser.
Again.
I do miss him. It's been a long time, Cameron. Come back. Cameron, come back. Anything else?
I was thinking the same song. That's the problem.
Trailers for Cam. Trailers for Cam. Trailers for Cam. Probably a good spot for our ad too.
Yep.
Music Works.
It's Arkansas Music Works, located on J Street in Bentonville, your local shop for all these music instruments and more. It's chock full of musical instruments for the discerning musician and has a selection of audio, orchestra, and band instruments for those dipping their toe into the musical world. Need your instrument updated or repaired? They do that too. For all these great services and more, check out your local music shop, Arkansas Music Works, and mention the Talking with Words podcast for 10% off your purchase.
Fuck a genie. Anything else in this one?
No, it's good. Go watch it. It's definitely worth the 90 minutes of your time.
And it's short. You gotta look at the right. Did it work?
I don't know. We'll check it out later.
Murder boner. All right, Charlie, end this.